All right, welcome back to the World's Worst Podcast. Not sure if that's the official name. We took a week off, but who else are you going to watch? We're the only ones.
We are. We're the only ones.
So fucking deal with it. I'm Tyler.
I'm Andrew.
And these grape ice pops are good. So
They are good.
it's been a couple weeks, Andrew. What you been up to?
Working.
Financial plans?
Financial plans. I completed my first ever financial plan today.
Oh, like you did it.
Yeah, I did it.
What did that entail?
So it consists of meeting with the clients, about three or four meetings just to get all their information down. You know, everything from their income to their expenses to their goals to just their future aspirations and where they want to be when they retire.
How old are they?
They are 42 and 37. Or is it 47 and 42?
Something like that.
Something like that. There's a 5-year difference. But they were talking about they want to get into real estate. So basically, I had to take their income and work with their finances and get them into real estate and get the goals that they want. And
you get a commission on that?
No, I'm just an intern. I get paid by the hour.
That's ridiculous. That's robbery.
No, it's not.
Sounds like a boring life, Andrew.
No, it's not that bad.
Well, you know, I've been working out in here. This is about my Benchmax right now behind us. And that's about it. Not gonna lie.
You went to the casino a few weeks ago, didn't you?
I did go to the casino, and that's why we missed the episode.
Yeah, but it's worth it because now we got stories.
Yeah,
you have stories.
Yes, I have stories. This man turns 21 tomorrow. By the time this is uploaded, he can admit that he's drank alcohol. So
Never.
I went to the casino. I don't even know. It was last weekend, I think, or the weekend. Yeah, the weekend before last weekend.
Yes.
And played some poker. I've been studying poker for about the last year of my life, and it was all right. So I get there around 7 p.m. It's about a 4-hour drive away, right? I get there around 7 p.m. I sit down at the table, profusely shaking.
You were nervous.
Literally,
worse than track meets.
I'm not nervous at track meets. This was like psychosomatic.
Like you were doing it to yourself?
No, it was like, so every mile I inch closer to the casino, my heart rate goes up 1 BPM, right?
You knew you were getting
as I see the sign that says, "You're in the right place."
Right.
Cherokee Harrah's Casino on your left in 7 miles. I was like, oh, I'm excited. I'm texting the boys, not while driving, but kind of while driving.
This is reality. Like, it's real.
Yes. It's what I've been dreaming of since I was little.
Because Kendall and everyone else were already there, right?
No, Kendall was there. Adam was like a minute behind me.
Okay.
And Clark was like 30 minutes away.
Okay.
So I'm second, but Kendall's already been there for like 2 hours.
Right.
And he was like, bro, I'm down $100. So me and Adam, we link up, right? We get our rewards cards situated. We get down to the poker floor. We're checking out the sports book. And we buy in for $200 at the poker table. It's 1-2. So if you're not aware, just basically the small blind and big blind are $1 and $2, right? This is poker. You're not playing against the casino. You're playing against the other people at the table, right? You're trying to steal their money, and the casino just takes like a tiny bit of every
regular
pot.
Texas Hold'em?
Yep.
All right.
So, yeah. I end the first session up $183, right? Not bad. And then we went to dinner. Adam's dad generously paid for dinner and bought our hotel room.
His dad went with y'all?
He was there the first night.
Okay.
Guess how much he won?
$800.
$8,000
in one night.
$8,000.
That's why he paid for dinner.
Well, no, he wasn't up that yet. He had already paid. He was up $1,200 before dinner, and then texted Adam in the morning. I was like, "Yeah, I won $8,000."
How? What did he win it on?
He plays craps.
Oh, okay. He just got on a streak.
Well, yeah, but he always wins.
Oh.
Him and Adam went back this past weekend.
Yeah.
Adam won $2,000. His dad won $3,000 off of free play money because since his dad wins so much, they send him money for free because they want him to come back so he'll lose more money. So they give him $1,000 free play and they turned that into $5,000. So we have dinner and then we go to the late night poker sessions, right? I'm basically dominating this table. At this point, I'm still shaking a little bit.
This is casual, right? It's
At this point, I'm like when I first sat down, I'm literally like shaking, like literally shaking. Everyone at the table can see how nervous I am.
Yeah.
Visibly. Adam texts in the group chat, Tyler, I can see you shaking from across the room. But by this time, nerves have calmed down. I rebuy in for 200. I'm still up 183. At one point, I get my stack all the way up to like $750, like from 200. I'm killing it. Then it's about 3 a.m. and
Mentally.
the table breaks, right?
Yeah.
The table breaks. I keep taking everyone's money, so they keep busting out and they leave. So there's not enough people at the table. So I move to a new table full of all dudes who are up like $700, just like me.
Right.
And every hand, I'm getting good hands, but they have just the tiniest bit better. Like I'm getting good hands and they would like
good enough to keep going, keep betting.
yes,
but
and
not,
I got my $750 all the way down to 100.
So you were down 200.
So I was down 100 from my original 200. I got it all the way back up to 400. So I was playing really well.
Right.
And I cashed in. It was like 5 a.m. at this point. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So then next morning we wake up. I blow 300 right away on poker. I lost like 300 right away. I go to blackjack, turn 60 into 200. I use that 200 to play poker with.
Right.
I play for 3 hours. I cash out for 200. Then I go to play blackjack, lose 200, leave. So
you were there for poker, but you wanted to play other games.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. So it was crazy. It was a fun
overall,
learning experience.
What was your net loss?
Like maybe $5.
Really?
Yeah, like I was even.
Gas money. That's it.
No, I think even I'm saying like after.
Oh, after
everything, I was like even.
Wow, that's impressive.
So, but Clark won like $800.
Really?
Kendall won like 300. Adam lost like 400.
Okay, yeah, but he just won $2,000, so he's
yeah.
He's not.
I'm going back.
Okay,
I'm going back.
Yeah,
because it's a far drive, but
it's near Asheville, right?
it's like an hour past Asheville.
Oh, that's why it's so far.
It's like 4 hours, and there was traffic.
That makes sense. That's crazy. I can't believe his dad won that much money.
His dad has paid for his college tuition every semester with winnings.
No way.
One day he won like $25,000, and that paid for Adam's freshman year.
And keep this in mind, we're going to be seniors. So he's been paying this 6 semesters now of just winnings.
That's it.
From
he told us,
this
he's
casino.
like he's like, I pay with cash his tuition.
Like he writes a check for it.
Well, yeah, but he uses like
literally drives up to housing and just gives them cash.
No, he says with cash. So
right.
That's what he said. Make it sound cooler.
That's insane.
I'm gonna be like that one day.
That's
paying for my kids' college. They're gonna go to Yale. I'm gonna go drive there with $100K, whatever the fuck cost it is. Cash, money.
You think your kids are getting into Yale?
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't want.
I'm gonna be so damn rich they don't even gotta go to college. Subscribe.
Yeah, that all depends on you. All the listeners out there.
Yeah.
You gotta tune in.
Comments. All the comments down below will be like, get a job. Get a real job.
Wait, really? There were comments like that?
No, that's what they're gonna say. Like, that's what they say to people who are popular. Like, get a real job.
Right.
Addison Rae.
I mean, any kind of. Technically, you're working for yourself. You're making money off your own business. You do have a real job.
Yes.
It's no different than any other self-employment.
Yeah, well, yeah, a lot of people online, like, they're just like, oh, get a job, like, to Addison Rae. Like, she was just doing, like, reporting for the UFC.
Right.
And, like, people got mad at her because it was like,
it
get a
is.
real job, like, you're stealing this from people who are qualified.
Right.
But speaking of people that, like, newly emerging, right? Olivia Rodrigo. So I was on Twitter.
Did you watch her
I didn't watch
perform
it.
live? Did you hear any of it?
No, I was on Twitter and saw that she was trending, so I was like, okay, what's going on? She was at the White House today and urged people to get the vaccine.
Well, I was going to say, did you see her perform live and how bad it was?
It wasn't that bad.
It was bad.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't good.
No, it was good.
It was not that good.
It was good.
On like the
A little
talk
stage
show.
or whatever?
Yeah, it was bad.
No, it wasn't. She is a 18-year-old girl who doesn't know how to perform while moving. So she's gasping for air, but the vocals coming out of her mouth were
give you
good.
that. That's fine. That's fair. But back to the vaccine.
She goes to the White House today.
Okay.
And she I guess I saw a picture of her urging people to get the vaccine.
I bet Cubans would really like the vaccine right now. After
Well,
Bernie Sanders
so
praised their healthcare system,
There's a
And now no one in Cuba can get a vaccine.
there's a tweet from Biden. Olivia Rodrigo is stopping by the White House today with a clear message to young people. Get vaccinated. It's the best way to keep yourself and your loved ones safe from the dangerous new COVID variants. Head to vaccines.gov to find a clinic near you.
That's great marketing.
Yeah, whoever typed that is competent and probably has an IQ above 100.
Probably getting a promotion. That's
Yes.
genius. Olivia, we looked it up not too long ago. She's one of the most listened to artists on Spotify
I think
right now.
she's the second most listened to artist in the world right now.
Behind who?
Behind
Probably like Billie
Justin
Eilish.
Bieber, I think.
Justin.
Oh, we didn't look up Billie Eilish, though. She might be number one.
I'll look it up right now.
But I thought that was funny. That was hilarious. She got popular a couple months ago. Maximum.
Okay, so Billie Eilish has 48.5 million monthly stream or listeners.
Yeah, I
And
think Olivia Rodrigo has like 64 million.
it's something crazy. Justin Bieber's at close to 71 million.
71.
I looked at it the other day. Even Doja Cat was way up there. Doja Cat's at 58 million.
Yeah. Rap music or hip hop, whatever you want to call it, kind of dominates Spotify, I would say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they get thrown in. Well, someone like Justin Bieber, he's probably getting thrown into all those different Spotify generated playlists.
Yeah.
New
of course.
hits.
They probably
Justin
pay or
Bieber.
something.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
There's another picture of her standing at Jen Psaki's desk. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
The white
Yeah, the
press
press
secretary's
secretary.
desk. And someone tweeted, Olivia Rodrigo is officially announcing that New Romantics by Taylor Swift will be the new national anthem.
Justin, Olivia Rodrigo calling the shots for the United States.
She has the nuclear launch codes, everyone.
She has the nuclear football.
I think she's actually the figurehead. She's not the figurehead. She's behind the scenes. Joe Biden's the figurehead. I think it's Olivia Rodrigo running.
She's the puppet master.
Yeah, she's the puppet master.
She's pulling the strings for Joe Biden. We thought it was Kamala, but no.
no,
it's Olivia
Kamala,
Rodrigo. Has she been to the border yet?
I don't know. Who fucking cares?
At this point, I'm so uninvested
Well,
in politics.
it doesn't matter. Like, everyone got mad. Everyone, loved when Trump went to the border,
Well, it's...
But then, they got mad at AOC for going to the border and, crying or whatever.
That was a publicity stunt.
Okay, but going to the border if you're Kamala Harris is the same thing. It's who cares? It's just you're going to the fucking border. Stay in Washington, write your little paper, sign shit, and then...
Plus, you're going to see from every media outlet the opinion you agree with. It's just like, what are you choosing to look at, You can look...
Some people, it's not really choice, though. It's at the end of the day, it's choice. But, you got to understand probably 60% of people are incompetent. So, including if you're in a room with 10 people, you're probably one of the incompetent people. Statistically. That's my opinion, and I'm incompetent, so...
There's only two of us
maybe,
here, so...
I don't know. But, most people, they come home from work, they don't want to check sources' credibility. They just want to look at shit and hope that it's right.
Well, what I'm saying is you're going to find a view that you agree with out there. So Trump goes to the border, you're going to see... oh, it's outrageous, Trump went to the border and did this. And then you're also going to see the opposite viewpoint from a different news source saying Trump went to the border. That's what I'm saying.
Doesn't matter.
It's like AOC goes to the border. Oh, she's looking out for immigrant children. And on the other side, AOC publicity stunt at the border. It's just, that's the media.
Fuck them. Purge them. Kill them all.
Literally, have a purge.
Wait, isn't there a purge called Election Day or whatever?
There is. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen any purge movies. Not a single one.
Really?
None.
The first one is okay. It's exactly what you would think it is.
Yeah.
But then the third one, whichever one that is surprisingly good.
Was it the 4th of July one? I think they did a 4th of July one, and they did Election Day one.
I saw one where the main character was this jacked black dude.
Like Luke Cage or something?
I think it was about the first Purge.
Oh, okay.
That one was really good because it shows how the Purge started.
It's kind of like a Hunger Games universe. But everyone.
Well, see the start of it. So in the I guess the throwback Purge, the
Yeah.
Purge origin story.
Purge Origins, X-Men Origins, Purge Origins.
It's like starts and no one takes it serious. So the government is having the purge, right? It's the trial of it. They're having it in this one city, this small area in New York or New Jersey or something.
Like Lower Manhattan or something.
It's a lower income area,
of course,
right?
Fuck 'em.
And so
Who cares?
that's what the government was saying. And so they have the purge and it starts and everyone's like, oh, what's going to happen? Everyone in the movie, the characters are like, they don't know what's going to happen. Is anyone going to take this seriously or not? And of course, no one takes it seriously because most people in their right minds are going to go out and murder someone.
Yeah, but over time, it just bleeds into the culture type of thing.
Well, that's what happens with the other movies. But what happens that causes it is one guy is actually insane and starts killing people.
Yeah.
So there are like street parties, and this guy is going around, like block parties. This guy's going around. He'll like murder a few people. Everyone scatters, and he just goes on his way because he can't.
Yeah, because who cares?
Right. And next thing you know,
If I was a police officer, bro, I would just...
you just go for it.
I mean, you got like all the resources. Like bulletproof cars, bazookas.
Well, that plays part into this is the government doesn't see the kind of reaction they want, so they send in law
crisis
enforcement
actors.
No, but they send in basically SWAT teams of people into big apartment complexes, and they just start killing people because they want to see a successful
They want to see people.
They want to see high death tolls so that people. It's like, oh, it works. The rest of the year, everyone's going to be peaceful. There's not going to be a lot of violence. They want to see a spike in violence on the one night, so every other night the death tolls are lower, and so that's what happens. And
that's
then
cool.
The main character obviously tries to stop it because it's his city, and he's got to like save the day, even though he's a drug dealer. But, so it's like it's got so much going on it. It's actually like pretty good. But it's worth watching.
Do they probably lean into the fact that it's kind of a wild idea, right?
Yes.
Like not Sharknado level, but like the same type of.
Yeah, they still show it's outrageous, the idea of it.
Yeah.
Because in that one, the characters are still like, why would anyone think of this? Like, you can't justify murder.
Yeah, they're just not like leaning into it.
Right. But yeah, it is pretty crazy.
So, moving on from murdering drug dealers. Richard Sherman.
I heard about this. I heard a little thing about this.
I don't know much of the details, but he was arrested in Seattle for burglary, domestic violence.
Probably broke into Pete Carroll's house.
Who's Pete Carroll?
The head coach of the Seahawks. He's like, give me a contract or I'm taking your stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know,
because right now Sherman is a free agent.
Oh,
so
okay.
he didn't get re-signed by the 49ers, but he said he wants to go back to the Seahawks so that he can play against the 49ers. But he said that about the Seahawks when he originally went to the 49ers.
I mean, why is he a free agent? How is he not getting signed?
I think he's just towards the end of his career.
Yeah.
I think it's like the same thing kind of with Kaepernick. Like, are you a good PR player? Like, you're a good athlete, but are you going to be good for PR?
Yeah, I guess. But, yeah, I don't know. It just said that he was arrested for, intent to commit a crime. Like, he didn't
do anything?
I don't know. They won't release any information.
Yeah.
They didn't even identify that it was him. It's just like, we know that it was him type of thing.
Well, because I saw something on, I think it was Twitter or the Apple News app. Shout out Apple.
Sponsor us.
Yeah.
TikTok sponsor us too.
But it just said that he was arrested. It looks like, oh no, he wasn't, because it wasn't a mugshot. They definitely would have posted a mugshot if he was arrested. So that makes sense.
They booked him, I think, and they didn't offer him bail. Apparently, he was declined bail.
Really? So he's just sitting in jail right
guess.
now in Seattle.
Yeah. Fuck it. He's probably drunk late at night at a bar, just sad that he's not in the NFL
Just
anymore.
Depressed.
Yeah.
Drinking his problems
Probably
away.
could have, been depressed in his mansion. Or
with much more expensive alcohol.
Yeah.
Maybe
I don't get it. You're literally rich. Just sit at home and play video games.
Yeah, but they say money doesn't buy happiness. Just
It buys everything else.
it's true. There's that song. It can buy me a boat. You ever heard that country song?
I've heard it like once or twice.
They say money can't buy happiness, but it can buy me a boat.
Yes.
And ain't that the truth?
Well, it's just like there was this kind of like toxic masculinity TikTok that I saw earlier today.
Those are funny.
Well, it was like a dude who, there's these guys out there on the internet that are like giving advice.
A legit toxic masculinity one.
Well, no, like this was kind of, but it's like,
Okay.
how like there's those Gary Vee figures who are just like giving advice.
Right.
And then Gary Vee, he's like credible and he's someone who like has made millions of dollars. And he's like, okay, I'll tell you how to make millions of dollars type of thing.
Right.
But a lot of these guys are like 20 something
Selling programs.
and they sell courses and they're like good speakers, you know? Well, this guy was like, I don't think that men should care about happiness. He was like, men, they just like, when you're a man and you're unhappy, you're still going to wake up and do the same shit. So why does it matter? And then he was like, if you're a woman, like that's what you value, you value emotions or whatever. But if you're a man, like you should value material successes more. And everyone in the comments was like, bro, preach. That's so accurate.
No way.
That's so accurate.
No way.
There was just like one comment I saw that was like, what is going on here?
One guy with a brain cell.
And I was like, he made it more convincing than I did.
Right.
But I was like, what the fuck
And
are
it
you
probably
talking
had some good
about?
background music and some images that it showed.
Well, yeah, it showed him like up on a stage, like talking to like 50 or 100 people.
Okay.
Like what's that guy's name? Like Pena? That old billionaire guy who's like, you motherfuckers, you're not billionaires, motherfuckers.
My 10-year-old great-granddaughter has more money than you because she actually knows how to work and you
She's
don't.
an alpha male.
Right.
Making the frogs gay.
What did this
I don't know why I went Alex Jones there for a second, but
I saw one of his videos on TikTok. Side note, Pena, and he was talking about, guys, why are you so scared to ask for a girl's number?
oh yes, I saw that.
And then it was like back in my day, we used to like, what did he say?
I don't know. He said something like, he was just saying like, it doesn't fucking matter.
Right.
It doesn't fucking matter.
Just
You're never
ask
gonna
for the
see them
number.
again.
But I remember he said something, and all the comments like, bro, that's rape. They're like, that's sexual assault. Can't do that in 2021.
Yeah, unfortunately, the rules, man. Unfortunately,
Different times.
I think we need to have our sexist rant of the week.
Sexist
I got a lot of
rant.
pent up anger towards women right now.
You've been hanging out with your girlfriend for too long? Is that what
Yeah,
it is?
probably.
Probably.
I was watching like one of the most recent Joe Rogan podcasts, and he had this guy on who is a reporter who's like most notably known for discussing like gender transitioning in kids.
Okay.
And like Joe didn't really agree with him. They both agreed that like it's not typically a good thing
Yeah.
to allow them. But he was also saying that, if you're two years old and you're saying, hey, I feel like a girl, by the time you're 10, if that hasn't gone away, then statistically the likelihood of you changing your mind is very slim. So you should allow them to go on, puberty blockers and...
But at that age, at 2 years old, you only believe that because that's what you're being fed.
I don't think any 2-year-old even knows how to fucking speak full English. He was saying like, oh, if you're a 2-year-old and you're thinking of gender switching, what the fuck no 2-year-old even knows how to like walk in a straight line, like not like a penguin.
I don't think I could have cared for myself until I was like 13.
I don't think I had a consciousness until I was like 6.
Yeah. I honestly...
I don't know. I don't know anything. All the stories that I remember, do you actually remember those stories, or have you just like told yourself you remember them?
The earliest things I remember, I was probably around that 6, 7 age.
Yeah, but like you can kind of remember shit from when like you're like 4 or 5, but you don't know if you remember it. Do you just listen to stories of people?
Right. You've kind of been painted a third like person point of view and then told yourself you remember that.
Yeah. So he was basically arguing that, of course it's not good, but you should allow your kid to go on puberty blockers or whatever, because it can be like, a stressful thing or a hurtful thing to go through puberty if you're like a guy and you think you're a girl or whatever. But he still said that like most people just end up.
Well,
most people just end up being like a gay man.
Okay. Well, that's where you should just. That's where you need to teach your kid to accept who they are. You are who you are. Like you're talking about being uncomfortable going through puberty. You're like, oh, if you're a guy and you think you're a girl, but no, if you're born that way.
Yeah, I was born. Joe was talking about.
I'm not talking about. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, Joe was talking about like he hopes that one day, not he hopes, but he thinks one day they're going to be able to like actually change your genetics on like a chromosomal level.
Technically, anything will happen one day.
But pre-birth, not. But like, what are you going to ask? Like, you're going to ask like a boy pre-birth if they identify as a girl?
Yeah, they just. Because
you can't like. How would you change the chromosomes?
Are you saying a fetus has a brain? Are you saying a fetus is living?
Oh, wait a second. That's a whole... Let's move on. Wait a second. Let's move on. There was one more thing that I want to talk about. Oh, yeah. Staying on politics. There was an article by, I think, Washington Post that said full-time minimum wage workers can't afford rent anywhere in the U.S.
Anywhere.
The average hourly worker currently earns $18.78 an hour, more than $6 short of the wage needed to afford a 2-bedroom rental.
Why do you need a 2-bedroom?
Well, if you got like kids.
Yeah, but minimum wage isn't intended to live off of. It's meant for high schoolers.
Yeah.
If you aren't in high school, if you aren't in, even college students shouldn't be going for minimum wage jobs.
I just don't like. I remember working minimum wage like at McDonald's.
You don't deserve anything other than minimum wage.
And like,
it is not hard work.
Well, I think it's harder than that. That's when you get into like the conversation of like skilled versus unskilled labor, right? Because like it's harder work for me to work at McDonald's than probably like calling people on the phone.
Yeah,
but
manually.
Talking about like education and all that stuff.
Right.
But leaning off of like that minimum wage thing, I was just thinking about Chick-fil-A, right? Because, everyone loves Chick-fil-A. But how many people did you know in high school that worked at Chick-fil-A?
Kendall, Taylor, my brother.
Tinch worked there for a little bit.
Tinch did. I guess Hope.
Everyone,
Taylor's sister did.
Yeah. All of them got paid $7.35. So 10 cents above minimum wage.
Yeah.
How does Chick-fil-A like pull that off? Like...
Because
I get they have like a lot of people working there, but like they give good customer service. Like I wouldn't work at McDonald's if they told me to fucking suck someone's asshole every time they came to the drive-thru.
That sounds like great customer service.
That's what Chick-fil-A people do. They literally bend over and they're like, "Oh, you want to spank me? Here."
It's my pleasure.
My pleasure. I feel better when they don't say my pleasure.
Throw some Chick-fil-A sauce on top.
Yes. No, the dude last time that when I had Chick-fil-A was so nice. He gave me like 10 packs of sauce, which was ridiculous, but like I'll keep them. And he didn't say my pleasure. He said like, thanks, you too, or whatever.
It's because...
And it feels better.
Chick-fil-A just hires higher quality people.
For $7.35 though? How many people work at Chick-fil-A?
How many people work at Chick-fil-A that are out of high school?
I don't know.
That are managers. Like, I know people that are out of high school, out of college, that are managers at Chick-fil-A, but everyone you see there is younger. They're in high school.
Yeah.
They're more likely than not living with their parents.
I get that, but like, so like, there's a lot of options for you when you're like looking for jobs in high school, right? Why would I want to like work at a job that pays me minimum wage, that makes me kiss ass?
I'll ask my brother.
I feel like it's like a social status thing. That's why I brought it up. I feel like there is some like brand recognition with Chick-fil-A where everyone loves the food so much that they're willing...
Clout.
Yeah, it's like perceived as a good job in high school. Like, oh, you work at Chick-fil-A? I love Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Like, I made like $8.25, more than those Chick-fil-A fuckers.
Almost $1 more.
At McDonald's, but I say I work at McDonald's, they're like, ugh.
Right.
I just want the nuggies.
And people will react that way, but if we're being honest, McDonald's slaps. Any given time of the day, but the hash browns in the morning, anything for lunch and dinner.
Are a little...
But McFlurries when the ice cream machine ain't broke.
What kind? What kind of McFlurry do you get?
Oreo.
Okay, good.
Yes,
Thank fucking Christ.
Yes, sir.
Listen, Corey gets M&Ms, and I'm like, bro, you're just freezing the M&Ms.
They're just cold. There's
They're just
nothing,
cold M&Ms.
There's nothing special about it.
It doesn't
The
add
Oreo,
anything.
the Oreo is crushed up, and
It like makes it cookies and cream ice cream.
So good.
Right? But
So good.
the M&Ms, they just don't add anything. If anything, it makes the ice cream worse because it turns frozen and it's hard to chew.
It's hard to chew. And frozen chocolate, it is good. Like I'll put a chocolate bar in the freezer and eat it, right? Because it is good, but there's not as much flavor.
Well, yeah, it ruins the ice cream.
With M&Ms, it's just like one or the other, dude. M&Ms are ice cream.
They did also do like the Rolo ones for a while, and they did the Reese's Pieces ones for a while. I don't know how those ones were.
I remember McDonald's used to have the popcorn chicken.
Chicken McBites?
Is that what they were?
Yeah.
They were the spicy ones that you dip in the ranch.
Chicken
that
McBites.
Was to this day my favorite meal at McDonald's ever. It was so good.
We would go, so like that was like heyday of my childhood was when the Chicken McBites were out, right? So that's like 2014 probably as the car comes by. So it was around 2014 when the Chicken McBites came out, and in the McDonald's in Wesley Chapel, we would stay at Devin's stepdad's place over there.
Where does he live at?
They lived in like just the Wesley Chapel area.
Okay.
I don't want to be specific.
Just drop his address.
Yeah. But, we would like walk over there to get lunch or whatever. And, back then it used to be like, if we don't ask you if you want it, you get it for free.
Yes.
Like they did that with all the new products. Like,
yeah.
We don't ask you if you want to make rib, you get it for free type of thing. Well, they didn't ask us. They didn't ask us if we wanted the Chicken McBites. And we waited until all of us ordered.
No.
And then Jake, one of Devin's friends, I actually saw him like a couple weeks ago. He was like, he just like walked in the front and was like, "Where's my Chicken McBites?" Said it like super loud.
Shame.
Yes. I think we got one. Like we got one.
Right. They're not going to give
He
one
was
to
like,
all
well,
of you.
you waited too long. So the last one of you guys get it. And then we all just like ate it.
That's whack. That's not how that works.
There was one time where I tried to do it where I actually ordered Chicken McBites, and then the dude didn't ask me if I wanted Chicken McBites. So I was like, "Hey, do I get more because you didn't ask?" And he was like, "That's not how it works, bro." And I was like, "Bro, but kind of does."
It technically yes, in reality no. Because if you worked at McDonald's, if someone asked you that while you worked there, you'd be like, "Get out of my face."
I'd be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Okay, so because we're going on fast food stories, I think I was 13 or 14. Mm-hmm. It was me, 3 of my friends, and one of our friends' moms. And we're driving to Dairy Queen. So we go to Dairy Queen, get a Blizzard, of course. And you know how they flip it? This dude's Blizzard.
I always get the Oreo one.
I don't remember what I get, but they're all good. This dude's Blizzard was double cupped on accident, and no one saw.
Oh.
And so she didn't even turn it upside down at first. Dane, my friend, asked her, he's like, "Oh, you got to flip it." She goes, "Yeah, you're right." She flipped it.
And
one cup fell out of the other cup. He goes, "It's free." She goes, "That's not how that works." she was ready for it like that. She clapped back so fast.
They must like take it out of their paycheck or something. I doubt that they're allowed to do that.
No way. Because when I worked at Lowe's, like people break stuff all the time. And if that's how that worked, I don't know. Like I've worked for.
I hear that in the movies though.
Yeah, no.
No,
I don't know. And even when I worked for a contracting company, there were times where I broke pieces of equipment and like, don't do that again. And then we go get another one.
Yeah.
Or lumber, if you like miscut lumber, they don't make you buy it.
Yeah. I was, when I was like 13, I was working for this like philosopher guy. Like this dude was like a legit like philosopher or whatever. And like he had like 20,000+ books in this giant storage unit. So you know those buildings in Waxhaw where the gun shop used to be?
Yeah.
Right? So there was some buildings on the other side that were actually like abandoned, but they were being rented out as storage units. Well, he actually owned like the entire thing, and it was full of books.
Are you serious?
Completely full.
20,000 books.
It was on bookshelves too. So like he had rows and rows and rows of bookshelves, double stacked high, in there for like 40
like
years.
Like a ladder, like a movie.
Yes, like fucking Hogwarts. Like that type of shit. So he hired us. He hired me, like Corey, Darian, like all of us to move his books because they were tearing the buildings down around that time.
Okay.
So he had to get out. So he rented some new storage units over there down Waxhaw Highway.
Yeah.
And we were moving them 10 hours a day. $10 an hour cash, but like at that age, that's good money. Like it's $100 a day. You know? I think I made like $1,500 like in like 2 weeks from that. So it was like good money.
You said you were 13?
I was like, 13, 14.
Yeah. $1,500. That'll get buy you a lot of Legos at that age.
Oh no, it bought me a lot of pizza. So during that time though, like these bookshelves are 40 years old. Some of these books are like crumbled, like some of them got burnt somehow.
Right.
Like crazy stuff. And it's just us, an 80-year-old man, and some dollies. And like a rental truck.
That is so sketchy.
And, we dropped a couple of those bookshelves and books just fucking went flying everywhere. So these books were expensive, old, like there were some from like, there was one, like a couple of them from like the early 1800s. It was a crazy time.
I mean, that sucks, but he knows what he's getting into.
Yeah, he wasn't mad.
The ages range from 13 to 16.
Yeah.
No 13 to 16-year-old is responsible.
I just remember like grinding that summer because I worked at the dog kennel.
Yeah.
Here as well. And every like hour I wasn't with him, I was working at the dog
kennel.
And like, I took all my money out in cash because I didn't even have a bank account at that time.
Right.
And we, like all of us, we counted how much money we had, how many 20s we had. And we were like, okay, you have this money. We counted the number, not even the amount of money.
Right.
Oh, you had 57 20s? Okay, we write Tyler 57. And then we put it all in a giant pile and started slapping each other in the face with it. Like I would like go up and be like, boom, and I'd be like, get me. We had like $3,000 or $4,000 in 20s. It was like the greatest thing ever.
That is so funny. That makes me think of that one video on TikTok where two guys are slapping each other with a tortilla.
I haven't seen that.
Okay, they're friends and they're asking each other questions. And it's like if you get it wrong, you get slapped in the face with a tortilla. And at first it's like, what's your favorite color? Blue. Nope. Slaps. He's like, it's green. And then it eventually gets to the point, it's like, what's my mom's middle name? And then they're winding back like they're about to swing a golf club.
Is it not like breaking? Or they just get a new tortilla?
They like folded it into a third so it's kind of thick and they grab it about halfway up and just like...
Oh, but it's like on their hand, so they're really just slapping
Right.
it. Okay, that's funny.
It was so funny.
Yeah, that was so fun. We went in my basement and just started throwing it around. Like, we're rich, and then we blew it all in that summer.
What'd you spend it on?
Food.
You ate out that much at 13?
Who
Who could drive?
Listen, no, like, you don't understand. Like, my early teenage years were all of us in the neighborhood.
Right.
Like Cade, Corey, Devin, me, even Darian, my older brother. We would walk into Waxhaw every single day for like multiple times. Like, and we'd walk to Bojangles, we'd walk to Domino's, and we ate out every single meal for like years, like literally.
I was actually about to say you could walk from here.
We did.
That's not... Bojangles is far.
No.
But downtown...
Not to us. We walked to McDonald's sometimes. That was a rare occurrence.
That's like 3 miles.
We would do like the back way.
Yeah.
So it would kind of be like scenic. I remember one time Devin walked there in steel-toed boots in the middle of the fucking summer and was like dying, like blisters all over his feet.
Oh, you got to take those off. We
were like, Devin, you're an idiot. And he was like jogging because he wanted to be like at that time he like first started wanting to be like in the military. He's in the military now. And he was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna start jogging in these steel-toed boots so I can get used to it.
Right.
Type of thing.
Bad idea.
But we would walk everywhere. And we would go to the gas station and fill up those cups that you can get. That's like unlimited free refills for the summer.
Yeah.
That's what we do every day. And just play Clash of Clans at the park. I'd have to get in the Waxhaw free Wi-Fi zone.
That's awesome. I didn't do any of that when I was younger. I don't even remember what I did for fun when I was younger.
You do.
I've always played like travel soccer, so my free time was just always a soccer.
Yeah. That's what happened when I got to high school.
With track.
Just running.
Yeah, just running all the time.
all the fucking time. In my interview today, the guy was like, I felt embarrassed, kind of.
You did?
Well, yeah. Well, I was telling him like how I'm competitive and what that
Right.
means for me, and you
It
gotta.
goes a long way. It really does go a long way.
And like, I'm an athlete, but that doesn't mean that I'm some fierce competitor. Like in track, it's seen as an individual sport, but you want your team to win. So you want everyone individually to perform
Right.
so that your team wins at the end of the day for the meet.
Right.
So you get like the rings and stuff. And so I was saying that leads me into me being a team player and competitor and all that.
right.
But he asked me a question like, do you know who this person is? And I was like, no. And he's like, well, it's actually the like indoor American record holder for the triple jump. And I didn't know who he was
Why are you supposed to know that?
because I'm a collegiate triple jumper
And
I should fucking know that and he shouldn't.
no.
So I was like, oh, I don't know his name. And his son is actually in the NBA now.
okay. That's so.
That's
random.
why I recognize the name. I was like, I do recognize that name, but it's because his son, the junior version, is in the NBA. But
Gotcha.
it's funny though because my coach in high school actually went to the same Olympics that he went to.
Tillman did.
Yeah, Tillman
Tillman went to the same
Olympics
okay.
that that guy did.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. But he was like at that interview, he was just asking me, bogus questions. And I was
Right.
like having to gas myself.
They
up
just
type
like
of
to.
thing.
They just like to see what your responses are, and it's about. It's you have to be humble, but you also have to make yourself sound strong and competitive and intelligent. It's weird. It's a weird mix.
Yeah.
Interview questions are, but we were talking about food.
Food.
We both love sandwiches. We both had sandwiches for lunch today.
Yes.
Well, at some point today.
Jersey Mike's number 8 on usually rosemary parm bread, but they didn't have it. They never make it anymore because they're assholes. And yeah, that's what I had for dinner.
All right. Well, rank your top 5 sandwich areas. I don't want to say restaurants.
Medium speed sandwich places.
We're not talking mom and pop shop. We're talking you'll have this in your area.
Yeah, we're not talking about your fucking big giant ass meatball sub that you get at that deli in New York.
That's been around for 200 years. That your 5th great grandfather opened up when he came from Italy on a ship.
Yeah, so we got to establish the main ones, right? So there's Subway, Jersey Mike's, Firehouse,
Jimmy John's,
Penn Station, Harris Teeter. And then we'll leave it to that.
Which?
I've never even had it.
It's okay.
Yeah. So
Top 3 then? Should we
I'll
just do
say
top 3?
I'll say top 3 because there's only like 6 to choose from.
Right.
You're gonna not like that I'm leaving.
Don't even say it. Just do it. Just do it.
Okay.
Break my
Number
heart. Break my heart.
3 is Subway for me. It's quick, easy. It's consistent. It's trash. I get it, but it's consistent. A lot of these sub places aren't. Number 2 is Firehouse, and number 1 is Jersey Mike's.
You're going to hell.
Fuck Jimmy John's.
You're going to
National
hell.
campaign for fuck Jimmy John's.
You're going to hell.
All right, give me yours.
My list. Can I have a tie at 3?
Yeah, you can have a tie.
My tie for 3rd is between. I'll say it so it's a good TikTok clip.
Subject up.
Yeah. So starting at 3/4. So tie for 3, I have Firehouse and what is it? Jersey Mike's. I'm gonna restart that. So tied at 3. Tied at 3, Firehouse, Jersey Mike's.
Okay.
2, Jimmy John's. Number 1, Harris Teeter.
It's just like okay, I can respect because you're a finance guy, right? So you're like, what am I getting value for? So I can respect Harris Teeter at number 1 when you're taking price into consideration.
I got a whole sandwich, a club today for less than $7. I was full from 11:30 a.m.
Listen,
to now.
I'm not fucking C-bum, okay? I don't give a damn how many calories per dollar I spend, okay? If it's good food, it's good food.
I'm not worried about calories per dollar. I'm worried about satiation per dollar.
Oh, okay. Satisfaction. Okay. I get the Harris Teeter thing. I leave it out because I don't know. I find myself just kind of ripping it. Like, Sometimes just like the
bread.
bread.
Okay.
You're kind of like gnawing at it. It's not. I feel like a fucking barbarian. Like I'm eating a turkey leg, holding it by the bottom.
You literally just ate a turkey leg this past
Exactly. I
weekend.
felt like a fucking barbarian.
But was it good?
Not really.
Liar.
I felt weird.
Did you like the turkey leg?
I liked the taste. I didn't like the experience.
What kind of experience did you
It's
have?
just like
It's
when
a
I'm
turkey
ripping
leg,
away
dude.
at the fucking muscle of this turkey leg,
And
I feel I've been eating chicken strips my whole life.
it's no different than a chicken breast.
I don't even get the fucking thighs at Bojangles. I get the chicken strips.
Yeah, 95% of people do.
But what I'm saying is that like it's kind of weird, like eating around the bone for me because I'm an American and I'm fucking gourmet.
No, I would say the opposite. I feel like Americans get to the down and dirty with it.
But like a wing is
Give me
like
that.
a wing is embedded in our culture. But like a turkey leg, it's like huge, and I'm ripping away at. It was also kind of cooked weird. It wasn't like white turkey meat.
Well, yeah, it's dark meat.
It was kind of, I don't know. I didn't.
Oh, it was kind of pink. That's just how a turkey leg is.
It was like smoked, and I don't know. I like turkey.
Yeah.
I'll eat from a whole ass
turkey leg
turkey.
is so different though.
It's different,
It is.
but it was a good experience.
The leg is
I felt like
considered the bad part of the turkey.
Yeah, I felt like a barbarian.
Yeah. But anyways, back to the sandwiches. Harris Teeter for me is number one because of how much you get for your money.
Yeah.
And it's good. I also like that it's boar's head. You can go to the deli and get boar's
Yeah,
head
you
meats.
can.
And then I get a club. Like a club is one they offer. So it's not like Subway where I pay for the same sandwich, get less, and then end up paying like $10, $11 for the sandwich. And then all the toppings are free at Harris Teeter. And then
I feel like maybe I should take Subway off my top three.
you definitely should. Subway's the worst sandwich
I'm
shop.
revitalizing my top three.
All right.
Harris Teeter's number three.
I appreciate that.
And
Subway's off.
Firehouse, and then Jersey Mike's number one.
And then number two for me is Jimmy John's.
That's just fucking pathetic.
You ever had the gargantuan?
No.
That's why.
The gargantuan.
The gargantuan.
What is on it?
Everything.
Is it a hot sub or a cold sub?
You can get it either way.
Like,
Actually,
okay, wait.
I actually don't know if
Does
you can
Jimmy
get a hot.
John's make hot subs like Philly cheesesteaks?
No.
Okay, so it's a cold sub.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I thought you meant like, can you get it as a hot sub?
Like as a toasted. No, that's not what I meant.
No, it's a cold sub.
Okay.
So it's like a club.
Ham, cheese, bacon, provolone, capicola, fucking turkey, roast beef, Swiss, provolone, fucking cum.
It's yes. No.
Sauce.
Sauce. Marshmallow sauce. Marshmallow fluff, yes. No, but it's got roast beef, ham, turkey, capicola, and then it's got another meat on there, and then it's got two kinds of cheeses, and then the only bad thing about Jimmy John's is you don't get to pick your toppings.
I just like, you go into Jimmy John's, you order like it's fucking McDonald's. You look at the menu and you say what you want, and if you want something not on it, you say, can I get no lettuce or whatever? I mean, you want it, but you know what I mean? Like, why can't you just make the sandwich as I tell you to, like everywhere else? I don't get it. I hate the Jimmy John's experience.
No, I understand that.
And the bread is ass.
The bread is too small. I think it tastes good.
It is very skinny as well.
It is. I think it tastes good, but I think a mix of how fast they are. But I only get the gargantuan. So if you don't,
I just get like a club.
yeah, see, I can understand why you wouldn't like it then. But I go and I get the biggest sandwich they have. But then
Or the Italian.
Italian is good. So why do you have Jersey Mike's at your number one?
Listen, Jersey Mike's is the most expensive, probably tied with Firehouse. But I'm rating solely based on the entire experience that doesn't have to do with the money, right? Like,
oh my gosh.
like the experience of being there. I'm not thinking about, oh my God, this is $13 and moping around as I'm eating the sandwich.
I can get two full-size Harris Teeter sandwiches for $13. You get half of a sandwich for $13.
Yeah, well, it's good. Well, I get a brownie with it and a side of pickles. And I tip. Tip about $2.
Why do you tip?
I tip at Jersey Mike's because sometimes you get the sandwich and like they didn't do it right. Like, there is a science to this shit.
If you don't have a waiter,
Sometimes they give
or
me a little
waitress,
bit. Nah.
or theytress, if that's their pronoun.
Jesus Christ.
If they aren't coming to you, bringing you refills, bringing you your food, they don't get a tip
Listen, at Jersey Mike's,
because they're getting
they
paid hourly.
handcraft my sandwich in front of me to my specific standards, and it's my choice to give them a tip.
I hear steer too.
And if I don't give them a tip, then the next time they might not be as nice, and I want them to be nice. When I go into Jersey Mike's, they say, "Hey man, how's your day going?" I'm like, "Yeah, not that great." And they're like, "Yeah, fuck them bitches, man. Keep hitting the gym hard."
You've never had that conversation with anyone at Jersey
I mean,
Mike's.
definitely at Jersey Mike's, just not as a customer at Jersey Mike's.
The only one that would say that to you is Tinch, maybe.
Well, it's definitely also like a very male-dominated thing.
What?
Like Jersey Mike's, it's like everyone's a man that works there.
Sandwiches in general.
But that's the opposite of what it should be.
I get what you're saying now. Only because you clearly laid it out. But have you seen the TikTok? It's like, what's the most feminine thing you've done? And the guy goes, I mean, I be making sandwiches sometimes.
Bro, I eat days that I'm just too lazy to make breakfast, I eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and then I get a third piece of bread and make a half and fold it over. And then I get like a couple of hard-boiled eggs.
I love hard-boiled eggs. Have you ever, I'm not gay, have you ever peeled an end in each side and then blown the egg out?
No.
It's crazy.
We put our hard-boiled eggs in the rice cooker.
That's so smart.
So
I've never thought about that.
it steams it and it gets underneath the shell. So when you get because you don't put any water, you're not boiling it.
Right.
You're steaming it.
You're steaming it, okay.
So the shells come off like super easy.
Right.
We just make a giant like thing of like 24 hard-boiled eggs and just
Right.
eat them throughout like a couple days. That's the best way.
Right. I mean, that makes sense. Meal prepping your hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, what do you have at number 2? Firehouse?
Firehouse subs.
Firehouse is very good.
They make good hot subs.
Incredibly expensive. It's the most expensive. I mean,
Probably. I haven't gone in years.
I went one time. It was like $15 for just me. I ended up paying for 2 people like close to $30.
I get the mini. It's the only sub place. The reason I have a number 2 is because it's the only sub place that makes an actually like honest and decent meatball sub.
That's true. The
Because
meatball subs are
all
good.
of the other places
Subway's
make
meatballs.
like disgusting meatball subs where it's like the way they make it makes me want to puke.
Yeah, Subway's meatball sub is bad.
Yeah.
It's really
I
bad.
had it the first time I ever had Subway. I had the meatball sub. I was 10 years old. It was right after Baby by Justin Bieber had come out. I was at my neighbor's birthday party and I threw up everywhere.
Makes sense. So Jacob always gets the tuna sandwich from Subway. I heard that it's fake tuna. I heard it's not real fish. Someone got it and then decided to break it down, like look at it, and saw that it wasn't real.
I think I saw that. But everyone likes the tuna. A lot of people like the tuna at Jersey Mike's. I remember people would get it. Number 10, I think, that's what it was. And people would get it all the time, even though like what you did is you just took those giant like tuna packets.
Yeah.
And like then scooped a fuck ton of mayo and just like mixed it together.
Well, that's why it's so good. It's because it's just mayonnaise.
I'm never going to eat that in my life.
Tuna?
Never.
Like you don't, have you ever had it?
No.
Never?
No.
Do you like sushi?
No. Well, I wouldn't know.
You've never had sushi?
No, I don't like fish.
Oh, okay.
It's like coffee, right? Like all coffee has the same default taste, and then you add stuff,
And then it's a little
and it's
different,
like
a little
different
stronger.
type of shit, right? Or like I don't know, I don't do it, but weed is probably the same way, right?
I wouldn't know, but I think you're right.
Yeah.
You're probably
it's
right.
It's like there are some things that have a default taste. Coffee, I don't like coffee because of that. Fish, it's like
No, fish is, you can do a lot with fish.
I bet you could.
You can, especially if you have an air fryer.
An air fryer. Air fry your fish, people.
You can.
Your tilapia.
I did. It
and
was
your
good.
salmon.
Well,
and
all
your trout.
like whitefish like that, like tilapia, cod, like that stuff tastes the same. But once you start putting in, like you're saying, salmon, and then other, honestly, like different colored fish taste different.
Have you? Hold on, wait. I don't know. I'm bringing this up because we're talking about like sushi.
Yeah.
And it's kind of fucked up, but hold on. I'm going to show you this video and I'm going to put it in.
Okay.
So it's a baseball player and he's talking about cramps.
Okay.
And so the reporter's talking to him. It's Kawasaki. He's I assume a Japanese. That sounds like a Japanese name, Kawasaki.
It definitely is.
Well, you know.
That's
You never know.
That's a Japanese
So
brand.
he's asking him about cramps.
How does your leg feel today?
Oh, feeling good.
So what happened to you?
Huh?
What happened?
Just crap.
Just a cramp?
Yeah, just crap.
So you told me what can you eat to help you make you feel better?
Bananas.
Yeah. Why bananas?
Monkeys never craps. You know, monkey never crap. Because a monkey every day bananas. 2,
So how many did you have today?
3. Our 3.
Oh yeah. So you no more cramp for you.
I need 3 banana because monkey never craps.
I just love that shit.
But is he wrong? But is he
No,
wrong?
but it's just funny that he's talking about the monkeys. Like,
monkeys. He's like,
monkeys never cramps.
I mean, he's just being straight up.
He is
He's
right.
just being straight up.
The,
You ever seen a monkey cramp? No, you haven't.
No.
You haven't.
But
Because they eat bananas.
so you know, I don't know if you follow baseball much. I don't really, but
Yeah.
Otaki, I think his name is Otaki. He's like,
Yeah.
he's a Chinese guy. Baseball is big in Asia. It's like big,
It's huge.
like the biggest sport that they do in Asia.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play soccer over there.
They do, but it's not as big.
I think it's the biggest thing. It's so weird.
Basketball's huge over there too.
Yeah, that's what's kind of big
But
everywhere.
I think baseball's bigger. If we're talking like dollar-wise, it's definitely baseball.
It's just
They
crazy to
generate
me.
the
It
most
was
revenue.
always like, the Dominican Republic is where we got all our baseball players.
Now it's just
And now it's
Asia,
like
all of Asia.
And they're fucking coming out here and they're bombing 550 footers. I know that they're on roids from like age 2 or whatever, and then they get clean and it doesn't matter.
right. Just some with a short half-life.
Yeah.
So they don't test positive.
Well, it's been like 5 years. You know, they were on roids for 20 years. Now they're 25,
Oh yeah.
and they're in the league.
It shows up positive, but it's like longer than 5 years ago. So then the
Yeah.
people doing the drug tests are like, nah, it's whatever. It is
they're
what
like,
it is.
We're getting trace elements, but it's with materials that have a half-life of 10 years. How is that in your bloodstream? I don't know. But
Banana, because banana.
banana never has cramps.
Monkey never crump. Monkey eat 2 banana.
I ate 3.
How many did you have?
Apparently he cramped like a game before or something, and that's why
Right.
they were talking about it.
Right.
But
They don't randomly just go to people asking if they cramp.
no.
At first it sounded like he said he crapped.
I know, I showed my dad that video and he was like, oh, what are you talking about? He cramped 3 times today or whatever? Okay, but moving on. There was one thing that I wanted to rank. We do a lot of rankings on this podcast.
Rankings are fun because they're controversial.
Rankings are fun. We have to do mainstream pizza chains, right?
Yes, we do.
Mainstream pizza chains, top 3. I mean, there's really 3 main ones.
There's Pizza Hut, Papa John's, Domino's.
Yes. Okay, so ranking top pizza places. You got to go first this time.
All right.
Between the main 3, I guess, and then, Hungry Howie's and Little Caesars if you want.
Domino's, Papa John's, Pizza Hut.
Yep.
Domino's crust is so good.
Mm-hmm.
The garlic crust. I mean, maybe we shouldn't even have Papa John's on there. Cause,
Bro, some people choose Papa John's.
I was going to say because of what this man said.
I love him. John Schnatter, bro. John Schnattergate. That was calculated. They wanted his market share.
They probably did. But I mean, Papa John's just isn't anything special. Pizza Hut has stepped their game up.
If you have to give someone sauce
Yeah.
to dip your crust in, your crust is ass.
Facts. It's like a steak. If you have to use steak sauce, your steak is bad.
Yeah. So it's just a cop-out. Like, Papa John's should fucking change their crust. Domino's changed their crust like 15 years ago, and it's been good ever since.
Domino's is so good.
I know.
And they changed the logo. Remember, it used to be 2 Domino's? So it made up a square, and now it's just 1 domino on a 45-degree angle.
Yep. I think it's because I think Domino's is now just called Domino's instead of Domino's Pizza.
Yes.
So they changed the name, and they also needed to change the logo.
Yep.
To just
change the name.
to just do it.
I mean, if you're gonna change, you might as well change whatever you can.
Yeah. That's what Dunkin'
Rebrand.
did too. Dunkin' is now just Dunkin'. Every new Dunkin' Donuts that opens is just called
Well, it's because
Dunkin'.
they offer a lot, and a lot of them partner with Baskin Robbins too.
True.
So that's just smart.
So back to pizza. You want to go? Top 3? rank
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to go... Is it based just off their pizza?
it? Yes.
Can I say CC's?
Yeah, you can say CC's. I think it's nationwide.
All right, so my top 3 pizza joints are...
Just on the pizza.
Just on the pizza?
Yeah.
Domino's, Pizza Hut, Papa John's.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
I eat Domino's more than Pizza Hut, but Pizza Hut allows for a lot more customizing,
Yeah, like
whatever.
the bread, the crust, how you can get the cheesy
So it's weird. You can do that, but if you order a pizza from Domino's and you get the handmade pan, not the handmade pan, the hand tossed,
Yeah.
which is the normal one that costs the normal amount, they give you like the garlicky herb crust that's really good. If you order a pizza, like just say call up Pizza Hut and say, hey, can I get 2 large cheese pizzas? The crust they give you is dry as fuck. But if you go on the app and you order it, you can get the Hut favorite crust, which is their preferred crust that they would give you.
Okay.
It's a mix between like Domino's, it's like Domino's crust, but better with Parmesan on it.
That sounds awesome.
And it's like garlicky, buttery, and Parmesan, and it's amazing. But like, why not make that your default crust? Like, why make it so
why
complex?
do you have to ask for the thing that's better?
So Pizza Hut, I believe, I might put it above Domino's, but I think I'm gonna have to just tie them for first and then just do Papa John's for third, because I prefer to buy Domino's because of its consistency and just like I've been using the app for like they were way ahead of the game on the app type of thing.
And the tracker. You can
tracker
where your order is.
Yeah, it's really good.
If you're getting a pizza delivered from Domino's, it probably doesn't take more than 20 minutes, no matter where you are.
Well, so I was ordering a pizza when I went up to Boone. I didn't eat anything that day. Because I was just like, fuck it, let's get to Boone. Like, I was working all day and like, whatever. I don't want to stop. So I order a pizza because for some reason the Bojangles in Boone was closed at like 9:20. I thought it closed at 10. The one right near Mount Village. It was closed at 9:20.
They're really understaffed.
So I saw them leaving as I got there. So I opened the app. I ordered my pizza. It took 20 minutes. And I was like, okay. Because me and Andrea and Mary Pierce were about to go out and do something.
Oh, is this past weekend?
Yeah, we were about to go do something. Like, I don't know. They wanted to go to eat Lily's, but I kind of convinced them not to.
That's good. We went there for like 10 minutes. We're like, never again.
Yeah, it was packed again. Crazy.
One of my friends.
Weirdos.
One of my friends told me Lily's is where the Boone people hang out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're ranking pizzas if I had to cut some of that stuff out. And I'm talking about Domino's being really consistent. And Andrew believes that Domino's is very consistent.
They are.
So I'm ordering from Domino's because it's like kind of late. It says 20 minutes, right? And Andrew's like, just call them, like let's just go there and pick it up and like eat it while we're out. I was like, okay. I called. I actually went on the app and I switched it because it hadn't left the store yet. I switched it to pickup. And I call and I'm like, hey, like, did this switch? I just want to make sure. And he's like, they just left. And I was like, okay, whatever. I'll wait. It's like 35, 40 minutes until they get to my house. And I'm like, oh my God, like from
where Domino's
from the Domino's. Like, I guess they just had other orders or whatever.
Still.
It was like over an hour until I got my pizza from when I ordered it.
Oh, you were so hangry.
I got an email saying, hey, we're sorry about that. And I didn't even complain. They just sent me an email with a free pizza coupon. They were like, yeah, we're sorry. And so then...
That's awesome.
So yeah, that was great.
So it's got to be your number one because of that. Their customer service.
And I've just eaten it the most. But Pizza Hut is in contention because like that crust is fucking fire.
It is.
And also Domino's gets old after a while when it's the only pizza you eat.
No, nothing. We talked about everything from politics to movies to pizza.
To casinos, baby!
Making money. Only big moves, big money moves.
Listen, to all the casinos watching, I'm gonna be a card counter professional. I'm taking all your fucking money. I'm gonna be back, motherfuckers.
And if you're working a real job and need a financial plan, hit me up. Just put a message wherever you see this video.
Put a comment down below. We'll see it.
Say, I'm interested in a financial plan, and I'll come find you.
Sounds great. I appreciate you all watching. Wait, let me check the view counter. 45.789. Wait, 55 million.
55 million.
55 million. It's slowly it's quickly rising. I think it's because we're the only podcast ever. We're also the worst one and the best. Andrew, close us out.
Thanks for watching. Tune in next week.
And what should they do?
Like and subscribe and share.
God bless.